In this video we will discuss about limit state design, as it is a plastic design method. That is, the material considered here undergoes beyond its yield strength and goes from a plastic range to elastic range, so it is much more safe and suitable for design purpose. It considers the safety at ultimate load and serviceability at working load. Similarly, it also considers limit state values, that is acceptable limit for safety and serviceability of the requirement beyond failure. Limit state comprises of two elements, that is limit state of collapse and limit state of serviceability. If we consider limit state of collapse, it considers the imaginary behavior of the structure such as torsion, shear, tension, compression, while limit state of serviceability considers the physical behavior of the structure such as deflection, etc. Now going into the assumption made in limit state method, the very first is plane section remain plane in bending up to the point of failure. So you can see in this figure that after the deflection, surface remains plane to the neutral axis, parallel you can say. Similarly, ultimate limit state of bending failure is assumed to have been reached when the strain at the concrete at the extreme bending compression fiber reaches 0.0035. You can see at the top of the diagram as 0.0035. Similarly, the stress distribution across compression phase will correspond to the stress strain diagram for concrete in compression, and the tensile strength of the concrete is neglected as the section is assumed to be cracked up to the neutral axis. In the figure you can see here, the concrete in the tension region can be neglected. Similarly, the stress in steel will correspond to the corresponding strain in the steel as well as compression. Okay. Now, for the limit state values, design value for the material and load are modified with respect to the partial safety of factor. In case of material, the design strength of the material is given by Fd is equal to F by gamma m, where F is the characteristic strength of the material and gamma m is the partial safety of factor. And similarly for load, the design load is calculated as a product of working load and partial safety of factor. So here in the graph you can see there is the value FCK at the top as characteristic curve, the second one as the characteristic curve of the structure, and the final one as design curve. Characteristic curve of structure, it is taken as the 67% of the characteristic strength of the material, and for the design purpose the characteristic strength of the structure is divided by partial safety of factor 1.5 and the value comes to be 0.45. Similarly for the steel, partial safety of factor is taken yield stress, this is written as sigma y, which we can write as Fy, and for the design curve it is taken as Fy divided by 1.5. This is a reinforcement in simply supported beam, that is singly reinforced, you can see here. So this is a section of singly reinforced beam. It shows the direction of variation of compression as well as tension. Now let us go to the limit state method and application for the design of singly reinforced beam. So let us draw a beam section having overall depth of D, that is from upper end to the lower end, and let us draw a center line from the center of the reinforcement provided. Let us consider small d as the effective depth and AST as the area of steel provided. Also take B as the width of the beam. Let XU be the depth of neutral axis. Now let us draw the strain profile as well as the stress profile. You have to understand this point. The maximum strain in the concrete at the outermost compression fiber is taken as 0.0035 in bending, and the maximum compressive strain in concrete in axial compression is taken as 0.002. So now after we understand this 2 points, we can understand the strain profile in compression. So the maximum value strain is 0.005 and 0.002 in axial compression. Here be x1 and x2. So the very first being RCC beam, the second being strain diagram or profile, and finally stress diagram. Now as we know, The upper portion is compression zone and the below one is tension zone, and the concrete is very much weaker in tension, so reinforcement is provided in tension region. Now that is D-B, the effective cover. Now applying similar triangle properties in the upper triangle of the compression region, xu divided by 0.0035 is equal to x2 divided by 0.002, but x2 is equal to xu minus x1. Now on solving we get x1 is equal to 3 by 7 xu and x2 is equal to 3 by 7, x2 is equal to 4 by 7 xu, and x1 by x2 is equal to 0.0035 divided by 0.002. The relationship between the compressive strain distribution in concrete and the strain in concrete may be assumed to be rectangle, trapezoid, parabola or any shape which results in prediction of strength in substantial agreement with the result of test. Parabolic shape is taken for convenience. We can it may be necessary to consider other shape also. The stress curve is divided into two sections, the first being parabolic and the another being rectangular. Let C1 and C2 be the compressive force in section 1 and 2, that is rectangular and parabolic, and C be the total compression, overall compression, that is C1 plus C2. For C1, that is a rectangular portion, B into x1 multiply by the characteristic strength of the concrete, which is taken as 0.447 FCK. 0.0 it is 447 FCK. As it is a limit state method, so the characteristic strength is divided by the partial safety of factor. Now substituting the value of xu, that is x1, that is 3 by 7 xu, so we get 0.191 FCK B into xu. Similarly, for the another compressive force C2, as the profile is parabolic, so C2 is equal to into 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3 of xu, basically centroid distance, 0.447 FCK B into 4 by 7 xu, 2 by 3 there it is, so 0.447 FCK, 0.446 FCK, and total compression, or we can say total compressive force, is equal to C1 plus C2. Now adding this two, we get 0.36 FCK xu into B. Now for total tension T, as we said, it is given as area multiplied by characteristic strength, so AST into Fy divided by partial safety of factor, area of steel, so we get 0.87 Fy AST. Now we have to find up to which the profile remains parabolic, for which we have to find the depth. Now taking moment about m and consider the depth of rectangular section A, then C into A, that is compressive force taking moment about m, so C into A, as C1 is a rectangular portion, so C1 into x1 by 2, that is centroid, plus C2 into x1 plus 3 by 8 x2. Substituting the value of C1 and C2, substitute the value of C, that is 0.36 FCK xu into B, and for C1 we have, similarly C2 also we can add. On solving we get the value of A as 0.42 xu. Now drawing the stress profile, the value of A was calculated as 0.42 xu, that is the compressive force will act at a depth of 0.42 xu from the extreme compression fiber. The value of compressive force is 0.36 FCKB into XU. The depth of neutral axis XU. Now MOR, that is moment of resistance, we can calculate it with respect to compressive force or with respect to tension. The only difference is the lever arm. Substitute the value of C, that is 0.36 FCKB into XU into lever arm. So from the figure we can find the value of lever arm. So overall depth, effective depth D, subtracting XU for the case of compressive force. So 0.42 XU, D minus 0.42 XU. And MOR for steel, that is T into Z, 0.87 FY AST, D minus 0.42 XU, that is lever arm. Now at neutral axis, compressive force is equal to tension force, 0.36 FCK B into XU is equal to 0.87 FY AST. Now we have to find the value for XU. So all the variables except XU on the right side, we get the value for XU as 0.87 FY AST divided by 0.36 FCKB. We have to consider that the maximum strain in the tension reinforcement in the section at failure shall not be less than 0.87 Fy by Es plus 0.002. Here Fy is yield stress and Es is elastic modulus. So in the strain diagram we can show the value for extreme strain in the compression region and tension region. Now from the similar triangle properties, XU divided by D minus XU is equal to 0.0035 divided by 0.87 Fy by Es plus 0.002. Now Es is equal to 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square and Fy is equal to 250 Newton per mm square for Fe 250, that is mild steel. Now we can calculate the value for XU. Substituting the value for Fy and Es, we get the value of XU divided by D is equal to 0.53. Also for Fe 415 we will find XU by D is equal to 0.48, and for Fe 500 XU divided by D is equal to 0.46. Then XU is equal to 0.53 D for mild steel, and in case of Fe 415 substituting XU is equal to 0.48 D in the MOR equation, we get MOR is equal to 0.138 FCK BD square. So in this way the design of